let's taste some wine. So, since the last video I did with you guys, it's gotten really hot here in Los Angeles. So, what we have been tasting, or what I've been tasting, and what I've been drinking is completely different than what we were drinking a couple weeks ago. Moving from, the reds to the whites to the rosés. But I wanted to show you guys a sparkling that has become one of the staples of my portfolio, and it's one of the easiest wines to sell, and of course it's one of the easiest wines to enjoy in my whole portfolio. This is from Tre Monti, which we talked about once before. This is from Emilia-Romagna, and it's made from the Albana grape variety. And this is their Dalbana, which is a nome di fantasia. It's just a fantasy name for the name of the cuvée. But what it is it's a Metodo Ancestrale sparkling wine. As you can see, it's got a crown cap. And Metodo Ancestrale means that it's a first fermentation in the tank that then finishes in the bottle. So it's a single fermentation, and as you can see, I don't know if you can really see with this one, but there's a whole bunch of yeast in the bottom of the bottle. See that? That's a whole bunch of the dead yeast cells that have eaten all of the sugar in the grape juice, producing carbon dioxide, heat, and alcohol. And of course, the alcohol we keep, usually the carbon dioxide gets vented out of the top of the tank, but in this situation it's actually the fermentation finishes in the bottle and it becomes sparkling. So in the Metodo Ancestrale style of wine, which is similar to the French Pétillant Naturel style of wine, which is it just means naturally sparkling, with the Metodo Ancestrale, the yeast, as compared to champagne, the yeast is not taken out of the bottle, and it continues to flavor the wine as the wine ages. And of course, you can also shake it up, right? So you can have this one, which is shaken up, or you can have this one that is clear. It comes clear because, of course, the sediment all drops to the bottom of the bottle while it's sitting in the case. And then, of course, if you want to shake it up, you can have it like this, which is cloudy. Some people prefer it cloudy, some people prefer it clear. I have no great opinion on that. And I've been actually importing this style of wine for about 12 years. So maybe, I don't know if it's true or not, but because I always say that, but at one point I think I may have been one of the first importers of a wine called Prosecco col Fondo, and so that's Prosecco, which is from Valdobbiadene, and also other areas of the Veneto, and it had the yeast in the bottom of the bottle, and I imported ran into it in my first wine tasting that I did in Italy back about 12 years ago, and I imported it, and it didn't work out with the producer, and sadly, that producer has now, one of the partners actually passed away. I'm sure they're still making the wine, and the wine was really good, but at the time that I was importing it, it hadn't hit the market yet, right? So natural wines weren't a thing, or they hadn't become the thing that they have become now. Unfiltered sparkling wine from Italy isn't the huge category that it is now, and it's not as successful. So it was a really, really tough ask. It was really hard for me to sell it. And it didn't work out, so that was fine. But it made me really gun-shy about picking up another one. And of course, in those 12 years, we've gotten a new, completely new change of consumer, which would be our millennials are now drinking these wines. And of course, they grew up on kombucha, which is the cloudy fermented tea. And of course, they think that that's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So actually, they don't eat sliced bread because, because that would be too easy. Anyways, not to bag on millennials, but since I'm Generation X and I'm old, I I can do that, and I'm all right with that because I don't think anybody watches these videos anyways. So anyway, so this is the Tre Monti DALBANA Metodo Ancestrale, and it's obviously I opened up the bottle that I had shaken up, so you can see that it's, you know, that. It's got this nice, beautiful golden color. It's not fermented on the skins for very long, if at all. I'm going to say if at all. I don't know, maybe. But, of course, it's got that beautiful perlage that you get from sparkling wine. You can see all the different bubbles. And of course, it's made from the Albana grape variety, which is an indigenous grape variety to Emilia-Romagna. And it's their great grape variety that also produces the white wines that we've also featured on this channel. Oh yeah. So great acidity, huge amount of acidity. I think it's 11% alcohol. As you can tell, I'm salivating, so it's got a nice persistence on the finish, and of course now that it's been in the bottle for a while, the bubbles are really fine. So during this time when it gets hot like this, I'll actually do a couple different things with this. One is I'll drink it the way that I'm drinking it now because it gives you that nice little orange peel, little jasmine flower flavor, and it can go pretty much with anything that I'm going to be eating with the kids tonight, which you know, I'll be cooking. And then if I want to, I can also make a spritz with it, which I'm totally a fan of spritz. I usually use bitters. You know, I use Amaros that are maybe a little less well known than some of the major brands because I like to support the small guys. But I love a good spritz. I think it's just the greatest thing in summer when it gets hot because, you know, you're getting your water with the ice. Come on, isn't that amazing? But this is actually so I use this for my spritz as well as just drink it normally. Of course, it's better if you drink it normally, but you know, whatever. But this is made by Vittorio and David Navacchia, and of course their lovely father Sergio, who I wish only the best, and I hope he's doing fantastic during this lockdown. And I hope to see you guys soon. And this you can actually find, so let me know if you need to know a place to find it because it's actually pretty well. I've actually done the job that I'm supposed to do with this wine, which is get it to a few people. So Tre Monti DALBANA, Metodo Ancestrale, unfiltered, native yeast fermented, organic, and really, really good. So as always, sorry I talk too much, but as always, stay safe, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and I hope to see you soon.